How's it going, YouTube? This is Wake Run Collapse. Welcome to box number 11 out of 20 of Japanese Collection Moon. And I brought a friend. This is the limited edition Count Traveler Blood Orange Shandy from the Traveler Beer Company. I love Traveler. Right now, Jolly Traveler is in season, which is really tasty. The Summer Shandy is probably my favorite, but I like that. I like the Jacko Traveler. And this was just in a random variety pack that I bought with my friend when we were out at what we call the Packy. That is probably not a language that most of you guys know about, but the package store, wherever it is that you buy beer and wine and liquor, we call it the Packy around here. So I picked up a variety pack. I still had a couple of these guys left over, so we're going to drink it as part of the opening today. So, if you're new to the channel, this is probably my longest running gag. I generally do one opening out of each full expansion. I'll just drink a beer along with the video. So I'm going to open up today. Here we go. Do not know if I've had this one on camera because I don't remember what I drank for 20th anniversary. I'm not a beer connoisseur by any means. I just know if I like it or I don't. And this is one of the ones that it's different. I like it. So we're going to be taking a sip every time we get a holographic card or better out of here. This thing will be gone by the end of the video. Now, as I open this box up, a disclaimer for everybody who's at home or might be concerned about the meaning of this opening or the meaning of life. I can't really answer the second one, but the first one I can. I do not condone underage drinking of any kind. Here it's 21, but in other places it might be 18 or just different in general. So please follow your local rules and regulations as far as whether you can follow along with this game with an adult beverage of some kind. And I'm trusting you to be honest with yourself, because you should follow the laws of your location when it comes to that stuff. I do not condone underage drinking. Do not drink alcohol along with this video if you're not old enough. Now that that's out of the way, I would love it if some of you would pause the video and play along with an age-appropriate beverage at your side. Be it a glass of water, a juice, a Red Bull, whatever it is that you might consume of the liquid variety. Or if you're old enough, feel free to partake with this opening with a beer with me, your boy, Wake Run Collapse. So, here we have box number 11 of Collection Moon. I have yet to pull a hyper rare from a Collection Moon booster pack. 300 packs in and I still don't have a hyper rare. It's kind of crazy. So we've got a Nest Ball, Togedemaru, a Pick-a-Peck, a Granbull, and in the very first pack we have Umbreon GX. Excellent. So it's time to take a sip. So that's how we play. If I pull a holo or better, you take a drink. Play this with tequila and you'll die. So we have a Charjabug, a Carvanha, Wingull, Snubbull, and a Dragonair. I'm shooting this about 30 minutes after finishing Collection Sun, box number 11, and I'm feeling okay. Stomach-wise, we're doing solid medium. There's a Dragonite Holo, which means I gotta drink again. I decided that was not a sufficient dinner, so I had a piece of pizza too. Yeah. Blood Orange Shandy. It's an interesting choice for a beverage. I'm trying to think of what else was in the variety pack. I think they had Jacko Traveler, the Pumpkin Shandy. They had an IPA, and I do not remember the other one. There was 4 different types in there, though. So we have a Lily. Hey, how about you show up as a full art again? That'd be incredible, actually. Dratini, Drowsy, a Pelipper, and a Poliwrath. Nice. I've probably mentioned this before, but I've never been loaded for a video. Sitting down and having a beer isn't going to do anything to this guy. Oh, cool. Palisand and Sandygast back-to-back. A Trumbeak, a Fomantis, and a Crabominable. Talk about learning your new Pokemon. That pack was the way to do it. Alrighty, we've got a Poliwhirl, a Spearow, Chinchou, Eevee, and Hollow Vikavolt, which means another drink. Make sure to let me know in the comments section below if you are playing along what your beverage of choice happens to be. I'd be curious to know what it is that you are consuming. So we have a Cosmoem, Bruxish, Cosmog, a Grubbin, and Big Malasada. I myself have a little bit of time to myself because even though it's Christmas week, and I'm certainly going to have to work, 60 plus hours at work because of the line of work I'm in. Hooray, working in retail. So get a Rainbow Energy, Rattata, a Grimer, Corsola, and nice, Lurantis GX. Great card right there. Despite having that going on, my girlfriend is currently on a plane to Germany with her folks and her sister and her sister's husband, who graciously invited us both to come with them to a place in Germany. I'll leave it at that. So she's flying, this afternoon, so she would be over the Atlantic now on her way, and I think she's got a stopover somewhere in Germany and then is going elsewhere in Germany, so she's going to arrive at her destination at about 7 a.m. local time, which is kind of rough. But if the side effect is you get to go visit Europe, then that's pretty amazing. Alolan Muck. Yes, and even though I've been with her for a while, I don't live with her, so that means we usually do dinner of some variety when I see her, but I usually don't see her for the majority of the night, and now when I leave work, I don't really have anything going on for a week. So I want to catch up on openings. I want the opportunity to make some videos, catch up on content, maybe do some Christmas shopping. Maybe. Got ourselves a Lily, a Wingull, Togedemaru, Dratini, and a Toucannon. I want a shiny Toucannon in the next set. That would be hilarious. I don't know what shiny Toucannon looks like, but if the colors of his beak go in opposite direction, that'd be pretty awesome. A Charjabug, a Granbull Drowsy, a Pick-a-Peck, and a Shiinotic Hollow. Sure, some of you guys who study what the shinies look like probably know what a shiny Toucannon looks like, but in my mind, that's how he looks. Unfortunately, this beer is probably not going to be large enough to last us the whole opening. I'm slowly realizing because usually I get 10 hollow pulls or better. In this video, there will be 15. Raticate, Grubbin, Carvanha, a Trumbeak, and a Team Skull Grunt. But I will not be leaving the video to get another beer. That is not what's going to happen here. It would be pretty funny if I did a 150 pack opening and I just put a 6-pack out on the deck, on the desk, and just drank every time I got a hollow or better. I would be pretty plastered by the end of the video. So there's our friend Toucannon again, another Granbull Spearow, a Morello, and another Vikavolt Hollow. I'll have to check to see if our 3 duplicates are the first 3 hollows pulled from the right hand side of the box. So there we have Charjabug, Togedemaru, a Fearow, Cosmog, and a Alolan Muck. So cool to get a second one of this one. I don't know how often I've gotten 2 Muck, 1 box, but I feel like it hasn't been often. This might even be the first time. I've gotten a lot of doubles on Shiinotic, but... Oh, hold on. Drink. almost forgot. Palossand Sandygast, there it is again. A Pinsir, a Pick-a-Peck, and a Poison Barb. Lots of peas. Probably gonna have to pee at the end of this video because of beer. So I have a Dragonair, a Fomantis, Crabrawler, Eevee, and a Tauros GX. Sweet. So there's one GX or better, hopefully, left in the opening in this video. So I'm very hopeful to break the streak of no hyper rares from Collection Moon. But we have to get some packs with no holos first, and some packs with holos first, before we will ideally find that final GX or better. So we have Crabominable, a Carvanha, Hypno, Wingull. Wow! Interesting. I mean, amazing, but interesting. What box did I pull this from before? I don't remember. I really don't remember what box I pulled this from before. So sorry if this is spoilers for my 150 pack Collection Moon opening, but I've got one of these. Did I pull the Umbreon first or the Lunala? I think I pulled the two super rares in boxes 7 and 9 or something like that. So if this was from box 9, that would be very interesting and telling. Yeah, because then that would mean that these are from the same sealed case. And it'd be really interesting to get a duplicate super rare or better that early in the case. So it would mean that there wasn't like an even distribution of super rares, etc. in a case. I'll have to go back and figure that out. We could have pulled this in box 7 and pulled the Lunala in box 9. I really don't remember. But I know I pulled them fairly far apart. This card, of course, super hyper beautiful and will sell very well when I decide that I'm going to unload it. In case you haven't seen it already. 63 out of 60, super rare. Yeah, that's awful valuable for a duplicate right there. That's awesome. But yeah, also interesting. I could be misremembering. We'll find out. So we have a Masquerain, Morello, a Poliwag, Trumbeak, and our first Gigalith of the box. So yeah, this opening tends to be a little bit longer because of the pausing, the explanation, the disclaimer, all that kind of stuff. But at least we'll be able to power through the remainder of the box without many interruptions, unless we get freakishly lucky and pull another super rare. I know that's not going to happen. We've already met our quota. So we've got a Lantern, Spearow, Bruxish, Togedemaru, and another Shiinotic. There you are. I was worried about you. What's a box of Collection Moon without two of you? Don't worry, Shiinotic. I don't think you're the Zubat of Collection Moon. Just think I might have to work pretty hard to unload all these holos. Or just price them accordingly, competitively, you know. Now I have a Rainbow Energy, Fomantis, Sandygast, Pelipper, and Oranguru, also first copy of that. Bam. I'll get one more sip out of this after. And still got packs. At least we paced ourselves with the drinking of the beer. So we got Poison Barb, Dratini, Cosmog, Pinsir, and Cosmoem. Last 2 packs, good. So there should be, I think, 1 holo left. But again, as per the usual, I don't keep tabs on how many I've pulled. Got another Toucannon, Crabrawler, a Grimer Rattata, and a Sharpedo. Excellent. Finish this bad boy up. Ta-da! Last pack, as Jeff from the Poke Capital says, last chance for glory. We already had something pretty glorious. We've got a Boldor, Grubbin, Roggenrola, Corsola, and a Team Skull Grunt to finish out the box. So although we didn't add anything brand spanking new to our collection, we did get some stuff that's probably going to pay for the box and then some. So I'm just fine with that. Sorting. Still struggling to pull the Lunala GX though, which is interesting. Maybe it's got a lower pull rate to encourage people to keep buying packs? I'm not sure. Anyways, holos for this box were Dragonite, Poliwrath, Vikavolt, Muck, Shiinotic, Vikavolt, Muck, Sharpedo, Oranguru, Shiinotic, and Gigalith. Hold on, what was our other duplicate? Oh, Vikavolt and Muck, that's right. GXs were Tauros GX, Umbreon GX, and Lurantis GX. And that wonderful Umbreon GX super rare. Can't stress this enough, guys. I should mention this again in this video, because I should. Please keep in mind that I do not sell these cards in advance. I don't reserve cards for anybody. I don't know what this is going to be priced at. You need to give me an opportunity, some time, to research what the card is selling for, what a fair market value would be. Team Skull Grunt was the last card out of both sides. It's kind of interesting. So yeah, I never take reservations for new expansions for cards ever. That way everybody gets a fair shake at buying them. But anywho, that's enough for me today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit that like button down below if you did. It's a great, easy, simple, concise way to show your support. Drop a comment down below if there's something you want to share about the beer opening, what you were drinking, if it was alcohol, if it wasn't, doesn't really matter. As long as you were playing along or having a good time with the video, that's all I care about. And make sure you subscribe, because I will see you guys. Yeah, I will see you guys.